I hope you're all enjoying this holiday season, and welcome back to episode 9 of Nano News. This episode is going to be a little bit different than my previous ones, because it's going to revolve around the theme of unusual aquariums. I'm going to use this episode to highlight and feature some of the most unusual aquariums that I've come across. This first tank that I'd like to feature has been one of my favorites for a long time, and it's Jonny Roks ADA 2-tank waterfall setup. This unique setup was accomplished by placing two ADA tanks side by side. The tank on the left is the ADA 60F, which is 24 by 12 by 7 inches, and the other is an ADA 30C, which is a 12 by 12 by 12 cube. These tanks share a centralized 20-gallon custom sump, which is 24 by 12 by 17, and these tanks are lit by 4 of Evil's 20K par 38s. This waterfall setup basically works by the right cube gets fed water from the sump and overflows into the left tank. The water from the left tank then travels from its overflow back into the sump. This process can be seen in his awesome video. If you're wondering how he created those awesome rock formations, he simply used some BRS rock, foam, and egg crate, and I'm sure a little bit of professional craftsmanship with an X-Acto knife. If you didn't think this tank was cool enough, he actually has some fiddler crabs that spend half of their time in the water and half of their time on land. Unfortunately, after one of his rocks fell in his overflow box, he had to remove the large piece of rock and redo both of his tanks. This is what the tank looks like today. I'd say the tank still looks amazing, and it actually looks a little bit bigger than it did before. This next aquarium is definitely unusual in the fact that it's based around pests. Basically, it's filled with everything that you and I would normally never want to have in our tanks, but regardless of that, it's absolutely beautiful, and it's Islandoftiki's Mantis and Pest tank. As you can see from this video, his tank has a long livestock list, but I'd like to talk about a few of my favorites. I'd also like to mention that every piece of livestock that he has in his tank was donated by local reefers or fish stores. The first specimen that probably caught your eye were these awesome Nano anemones. Just look at the coloration on it. It looks like some sort of LPS, like a frog spawn or something. He's also got a nice collection of invasive macroalgae, zoanthids, and pallies. If I had to guess, I'd say that his favorite tank inhabitant is probably his black mantis shrimp. Just check this thing out. In case you were wondering, the tank that he used for this build was a 2-gallon Fluval spec all-in-one tank. He also implemented a ton of modifications to this already awesome build. You can see a couple of them here. The top images show how he rigged up his ice probe chiller, and the bottom shows how he modded an IKEA lamp. This tank definitely shows the attractive side of what is normally referred to as a pest. This next tank will give you the feel of being in some sort of deep, dark ocean cave. It belongs in the category of unusual aquariums because the tank itself is a vase. I'd like to introduce you to Rogles Reef Vase, that he has dubbed the Blue Crevice. The tank itself is a 1.5-gallon vase that has holes drilled in it to accommodate the heater cable and air stone tube. The vase is lit by a single royal blue par 38 manufactured by Ecozotic. You can practically see every color in the spectrum popping in bright neon color. This tank looks unreal. This tank features a variety of corals, but specifically, check out those Armor of God zoas, green bird's nest, and frog spawn. This is one amazing reef in a little package. I'll take a break from unusual aquariums for a second and show you some unusual footage taken at a night dive in Egypt. This spectacular footage offers the unique ability to see what an actual reef would look like under high-powered actinic lighting. Just in case you're into night diving, check out their website at firedivegear.com. Are you still trying to figure out a last-minute gift for your aquarium friend? Well, these are the perfect gift for any nano aquarium lover. It's Marimo algae in a bottle. You can find them by searching Marimo in a bottle on Etsy. You can even get them as a bracelet. And also earrings. Now it's finally time for the FTS of the week. This episode's FTS is of Dustin's custom 50 breeder. His goal with this tank was to have an SPS dominated tank without having to rely on expensive equipment or a large system. His tank has been up for about 3 years, and as you can see from these thriving SPS colonies, I'd say that he exceeded his initial goals. It's also home to several fish like 3 green chromis, a pair of black ocelarius clowns, and he even has a pair of breeding Bengai cardinals. The reason I listed his tank as custom is because he added a black acrylic wall that gives his tank a real all-in-one feel. He uses this compartment space to house most of his equipment. With a tank as gorgeous as this, full of thriving colonies, I'd definitely say that it is worthy of the FTS of the Week title. If you'd like your tank to be featured as the next episode's FTS of the Week, just head over to the Nano News Facebook page and upload your pictures. Whoever gets the most likes on their tank picture will be featured as the next episode's FTS of the Week. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you're automatically notified every time I make a new video. You should also submit your tank on the Facebook page. Happy reefing!